I just made a huge project of sheds for the highways, and exactly we have something we never found us before. Welcome back into row scale Sandbox, as we never built for this one. These are the diesels we have ever found. Looks like we have belting for this a giant face of the huge sheds as well. Let's turn on for the camera mode and we'll see as this was. And that must be the yard here. And exactly, we absolutely have for a highway things here. As we look on to this one, this is the steam sheds. This is the diesel sheds. And looks like we have a huge giant robot face. As looks like we're doing down here. And this is the steam sheds as well. And there must be stations around here. And looks like there must be a little bit of structures. Went down here into this strategy. So some of the sheds requires for diesel trains as well. Maybe putting a lot of diesel trains, even possible as well. Maybe it's gotta be a lot of times as we putting her on the shelf for some a huge projects like this one. Maybe that should cost for billions and billions of dollars when we build this. As we look onto this some kind of project, we have a huge yard of the mall cost with this one. So this should might able to cost for billions and billions of dollars. That must be the mega town for right here, and over here won't be absolutely quite a bit necessary. I just turn off the music off because of due to copyright stuff for too much for a very long time, as this is the last day to ping for just a little bit. And we have enabled our train collisions, and we have been enabled the Omega Town, as we heard for some kind of the diesel engines. And this is where that I just never lived for this one. Welcome to Omega Town. If this is where that I'm homeless over here, this is where I found homeless for over here for this one. And exactly if I just went gone to homeless, because exactly how it's not is. We absolutely went gone to wrong because the sheds was absolutely turned a little bit for literally right here. And that must be the abandoned railroads. This is where I was homeless about this one. And exactly even going up here in the brewery, and this is where I just live here in some kind of in terms of being homeless. Let's take a look inside as we're taking a little bit of few steps. That was absolutely we're gonna be doing a little bit here. I'm not doing this a little bit one time. There must be a hidden secret inside of this one. And I just found for a little bit of secrets and about inside from here. And another one is here as well. There must be coal departure for just a little bit once. And there must be the nearby surfliner for over here for the year 1990. There must be a narrow gauge steam engines as well. And the diesel engines as possible. There must some kind of limited trains as well. We just didn't have any steam engines as well. And customized Australian steam engines is really even possible, as they might able to go stronger. We absolutely never to do fine like this. And the bridge has gone missing. But looks like I need to build for all the way some more. That should lead us into some kind of this one. I got my DCC controller here, and the way up top is in the railroad highway section, which is including for 4 lanes, going on for right side of the rails, was absolutely even possible. That's the way, go even right side of the rails as possible, because that only American that was absolutely built and cost for trillions and very trillions of dollars, and I say, we absolutely found for this one. And exactly, we're going to be spawn the big boys as well. Not even possible, we have to start for literally right now. As we're going to be doing some more trains. For the old steam engines was absolutely not quite enough for this time. Absolutely, we're going to be doing for such as a little bit for one time. Until we manage to get hurry. This is where the steam lines engines we have been before. Requires for streamlined engines by the 1930s. We absolutely find this in the Hudson River. That was absolutely going to be for such a huge project such as highways or railroad highways as well. Not even possible for the super railroad highway as well. That requires for costing amount of trillions of dollars as well. Unfortunately, it was absolutely cancelled. But to do for some kind of a little bit of one strategy that before we needed to do for extras as well, as we adding for more cars and more trains and the diesel engines for this one as well. I just absolutely gonna be doing for us as well. Instead of freight trains, this is where only the passenger trains goes on, and the diesel locomotives works on passenger and freight cars. This is when absolutely we're gonna be spawning for some freight cars everywhere. But all of a sudden, I cannot able to spawn some trains. What about I'm going here for this train? As we look like into this one, it sounds pretty loud, but I guess we're gonna be doing a little bit for this one. As the steam sounds pretty loud, and exactly the whistle goes loud too. But unlikely that we're gonna be doing for some extras, we needed to find some tender that before, and it's hissing itself throughout for even out loud. Looks like we're gonna get down a little bit for once. I'm not choosing the red rail. I'm just gonna be using for some kind of... I'm not using for the Union Pacific. Let's using for some kind of a little bit one thing. And we have absolutely almost perfect. I need to find the address. 2480 is absolutely pretty not insane number as well. And the couple as well. And it has been coupled for a tender as well. And I just already set to 0 as well. This is one steam locomotive, and the steam whistle is absolutely loud as possible. But before we're gonna be doing a little bit next, we need to aggressively get hurry as fast as possible. But more steam engines was possibly indeed. But this sounds gonna be pretty low. But the light steam engines is absolutely pretty possible. Another steam engine, which is absolutely another one as well, for a nickel plate road. And another one is absolutely we're going to be doing for a big one. It's not a little bit big, it's not a little bit small, but more reliable things we have come off for this one. This is a Southern train as well. This is absolutely going to be doing, and let's find the tenders as well. 4501 is absolutely for a detachments is found. Looks like we absolutely have to find here. And we're gonna be going on our way to do this. Like I say for other stuff, we needed to find for some more. And another one for 4500. I cannot even choose the nickel plate road, which is absolutely big and possibly as well. So, as we're never gonna be seeing about this one, to get throughout for this one, and another one should not able to get for nickel plate road, which is Baltimore and Ohio. So, as I'm going to be doing for a little bit of stuff, that was absolutely kind of just a little bit for Southern railroads. This is B&O train as well. And that should belongs to Baltimore and Ohio, which is absolutely, that is not the Union Pacific as well. As we're going to be doing for a little bit for this one. There are 3 trains as well. Got distracted by the useless brother because I saved himself from... not allowed to sell for this one as well. So, as we never talk about the situation, I just set my volume to 6. Turn the music on. I cannot able to listen about for this one. So, I can't do this by the way. If I hear some kind of whistles for something like else, maybe we just gotta be spawn something for a more reliable fleet as well. As we're not doing for just a drive, maybe I might able to autosave for this time. As we're going to be doing for an extras as well, for some more trains, we'll be spawning the big boy as well. Got distracted once again. And another was that I might not going to get hurry about this one. So, looks like we're going to be spawning in for main long lines about this big train. This is absolutely going to be a little bit big, as we never going to be impossible to do so. As like I say, this is absolutely quite of just a little bit much. And that is how some kind of a huge Southern trains is called the nickel plate road. And another train will be added right here. We already spawned for this one. And we're going to be spawning over here on the left side of the rails. And some hissing steam engines is absolutely not never safe about this one. And another one will be gonna be somewhere big as hell. Looks like it's not giant anymore. It looks like it's absolutely a little bit giant, but more reliably Steam was absolutely pretty long about this one. Now let's gonna be operating up for this one. I cannot be able to do like this one. It absolutely requires for normal or mid-tier or a large gear amount of these stuff. As we're never gonna be doing such as a little bit stuff for 601. We have something kind of tenders what's going on. We're done for the 4501. And that is not the Union Pacific. That I'm not just gonna be really heard of it. As we never able to find about for nickel plate road tenders as well. We just eventually lost my mind for a little bit for once. As the train moves a little bit forward, I must absolutely we're gonna be doing a little bit reverse. And there's his tender. Was pretty big as well. Let's use for the address the train number 20. As we're gonna be moving a little bit slow. The train 1011 should be gonna be a little bit slow as well. And train 601 must be staying along with the one piece of this one. At least I'm not gonna be trying to do a little bit far to find. I just absolutely gonna be far a little bit once. As for a little bit for this one, as we're gonna be spawning for just another one, I suggest we have for 6 steam locomotives, 3 light steam locomotives, not able to get there to Cram Republic, and the 6 dark steam locomotives that should might be able to get there to Dark Cacao Kingdom.